love our Mickey D's, quarter pounders, extra cheese. We love our Mickey D's, McNuggets 20-piece. When I'm in a hurry, I grab a McFlurry, cop some apple pies, make those fries super size. We love our Mickey D's, quarter pounders, extra cheese. We love our Mickey D's, McNuggets 20-piece. When I'm in a hurry, I grab a McFlurry, cop some apple pies, make those fries super size.
Thank you, let's go! And it's YOBA season? YOBA season, let's go! Okay, America first is inevitable?
Hold on, Keemstar. Don't with the N-bombs already. Welcome everybody to the Midnight Show. It is January 19th, 2021. Into the new year, and you know something. It's a special occasion, so I suppose we'll play this video here. And it's not very long. That'll be fine. Fuck it.
Right, because I'm actually curious on talking about Taiwan as well, on Taiwan's case.
Doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better in life. Take it easy, you are full of life. Nothing gets to you, staying fresh, staying cool. Take it easy, you are full of life. Just 'cause a day is a day, it doesn't mean it's okay. There's always trouble in your life.
Fucking playing such a fucking enslaved pieces of fucking shit!
Go off, King.
Fucking world!
Doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better in life. Take it easy, you are full of life. Nothing gets to you, staying fresh, staying cool. Take it easy, you are full of life. Just 'cause a day is a day, it doesn't mean it's okay. There's always trouble in your life, heavy clouds in the sky, tears are filling your eyes. It's easy when you're full of life. Fresh goes better, fresh goes better. Fresh goes better, it's easy when you're full of life. Fresh goes better, fresh goes better, it's easy when you're full of life. Easy when you're full of life.
That's just a protest, folks. That is also just a protest.
Because I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
For several days, so Hal, I'm going to send it back to you.
Gabe Gutierrez left.
It's a very bad signal that you're putting out to the American people. The American people are looking for answers and they're looking for hope. And you're doing sensationalism.
We're kind of in uncharted territory about how we minimize the pain. Even the issue of once you get the case numbers down, there's a lot of dialogue between our foundation experts and the government now, but what does opening up look like? You know, which activities have, like schools, have such benefit and can be done in a way that the risk of transmission is very low?
Yeah.
And which activities, like mass gatherings, may be, in a certain sense, more optional. And so until you're widely vaccinated, those may not come back at all.
You've said elsewhere, the economy is not going to be anything like it was. It's going to take a long time to recover. It's going to be, you know, people are going to be surprised at how slow and how...
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Midnight Show officially. A nice, wholesome, extended intro that I thought chat would enjoy. You know, a good way for us all to gather around the campfire and enjoy the warmth of the trash that is lit.
Bite in there. I just picked it up and made it.
Sometimes it just lines up like that. Trash that is currently on fire. So, Baked Alaska had his hearing today. Not his trial, mind you, his hearing. And images from that hearing have gone viral. So we actually have a picture of Baked Alaska in an orange jumpsuit. So we have that. And yeah, there would be normally a Midnight Crockpot tonight. I haven't heard from Davey in a few days. If I was him, I would imagine that he is feeling...
Tell the crew to push the Whopper button!
I probably should turn down the on mine playing that. Yeah, so I think if I were a betting man, I would say that he is a bit disheartened by the recent turn that DLive has made, and, you know, I can't speak for him, but if I were to assume, I think that he's probably taking some time off, maybe considering just getting a second job, if I were to guess. But I haven't spoken to him, so I do not know. But I figured with everything going on, midnight shows, it's, you know, they're infrequent these days, but nobody's even making fucking music or making content anymore. No one's even streaming. So I guess I dust off the old computer and say a few things. The hell? Oh, right, donations. Right. So we had, let me check before we get here. We had Chelsea Fatsack with $5 through Super Chat winning. We are absolutely winning. And this is what, you know, I can only assume this is what Trump meant when he said we're going to get tired of winning. I don't know, I'm not tired yet. He must have been lying. And Mr. Brown E with $79.99 Australian. Nothing to see here, just simping. Simple low, my friend. Sit, hang low, hang out, you know. Thank you, by the way. Appreciate you guys. With that, I don't even know. Is music too loud? The music, oh, my bad. My absolute apologies. It brought in the music. It brought in the music at full blast, so that is absolutely my bad. I think Tonka's still streaming about Knoxville. Well, that's fair. I guess. I mean, it was one hell of an event, you know? But there's so much going on now, it's like, how do you pass on all the other shit that's going on? So I'll go ahead and read these again, because I think I was being drowned out by the music. Chelsea Fatsack with $5 through Super Chat winning. And Mr. Brown E with $79.99 Australian. Nothing to see here, just simping. Thank you very much. Quit talking, can't hear the music over your voice now. Oh, man. And then Earjuice with $5 Australian. Skull Juice and Hijaz still same times every week, sir. You're playing a Skull Kid song at the moment, my co-host. Routine and schedule is my life, sir. Well, it's good to see you, man. Yeah, I there's a Skull Kid song that I believe he made, and then after that it your 2 tracks, which are always great. I love listening to them. I also finally have, so I've been going through and listening to all of my music, better medium. Oh man, so I don't even know really where to start. We could get into the Baked Alaska stuff. I have a few other things set aside as well. Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne, Chauncey Nutsack. It's Chauncey Fat Sack. My bad, man. Where's Croco? I'm not sure. Like I said, if I were to guess, I would say that he's probably irritated at the direction DLive has gone in, and then there's this new website Trovo, which I am hesitant to say anything about it at all. We'll see. Looks very shady to me. I believe Tencent owns it, and I believe Tencent owns a bunch of games that suck. So, and I found a clip. So, I see people, of course, brought up the kill stream. You know, if DLive is going in this direction, it begs the question: home of the kill stream, where will they go now? Another Trail of Tears. Well, folks, I got a clip for you. What's the condition? What's it looking like these?
Is Dick there?
Yes, Dick is here. Lightning round. Lightning round. Dingo, not a 20-minute piece. Go.
Okay. Super lightning round. Okay, Dick. Rand does not exist because of Ralph, first off. Secondly, would you be that mad if they were posting lolly instead of the N-word? I didn't think so, Dick.
Oh, wow.
Cocksucker! Did he hang up? Wow,
I mean,
he didn't have to leave like that. Go ahead.
I've never been hung up on by a man before.
You know what? I haven't watched the kill stream in longer than I can remember. But I remember the last time I tuned in, that was the thing. Everybody's a woman. Everything you don't like is womanly behavior. You know, there's a clip. I actually showed it to my girlfriend the other day. Yeah, I forgot. I got brought up in conversation. I saw it in my files. I was like, hold on, let me click on this. And I let it play, and I go, does that sound like womanly behavior to you? Does that sound like something a girlfriend would say, or an angry? She's like, it sounded like a woman. That sounded like an angry woman to me. So all the validation I needed. So there was, we could watch more of that clip, but that was the bit I wanted to check out. That's some funny stuff. Let's go ahead.
I mean, I don't know. When in Rome, man. Like, if I'm trying to fuck up Ralph's thing, I wouldn't be worried about.
I'm just gonna move on. When in Rome? Well, what in Rome? When? You know, like they're talking about lolly, and you're like, well, when in Rome? What do you? Okay, maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should just go to this clip instead, because I came across this, and this is some funny shit, because to me, this isn't about the mockery angle of it, but rather observing it like some sort of social scientist. Okay, going, wow, look at the cycle moving just along again. Here, this one here.
Gator, tell him, please. Nukem, by the way, Nukem, change your name, dude. Don't use that, even though they let you. Go ahead and change that, because I don't want, they're gonna make you change it, or I'm gonna have to make you change it personally, because, like, don't use names that you know you can't fucking say in the chat. I love Nukem, good guy, but just cut that shit out here at Trovo. I'm not, there's zero patience. Gator, tell him, please. There's zero patience for that type of shit here, and I'm just don't.
Dude, don't fucking, okay, we're in somebody else's house. Don't just immediately drop your pants and take a shit on their floor. Okay?
It's over. It's over.
What?
You know, Gator is kind of right. Even though the last thing you want to do is make a centerpiece of your show just moderating it, right? So they have Harrison Hill Smith from InfoWars on the show, and I don't know how much time they spend just spurting out of the chat for their edgy names. And while Gator does have a point, you know, hey guys, we just got here. Let's not go that far just yet. Like, let's kind of walk on eggshells for a minute. I understand the sentiment, I should say. But you know, there's that thing about feeding trolls, guys. And just seeing these, like, I always wondered when I saw clips like this. I would always wonder how it would feel as a guest on the show, being somebody like reputable, somebody from, like, I don't know, InfoWars, or maybe another example, like Jesse Lee Peterson. They'd have somebody like that on the show, and when the internet spurgery just starts happening, like what is it they must be thinking? People who are completely outside of this sphere of the internet, like what are the thoughts that are going through their head? I want. Just the Gator, tell him Gator. I fucking lost it. That was the funniest shit. But there, I fuck, believe it or not, Chad, I watched the whole thing, this clip, and it was right around. Let's go right here. I think this was it. I would be regretful if I didn't play this little part.
Gotten rid of me already. They haven't. I think we've been upholding our end of the bargain. Let's just keep it that way. That's all I ask. And maybe it doesn't work out regardless. Maybe it doesn't work out regardless, but we're going to try it that way. What were you saying, Rand?
Well, we're only halfway into January. I thought we were going to try and do the whole year without pulling a "Don't you know who I am?"
Tip of the hat, Rand. That was a good one. Now, to those who don't get the reference, now evidently, when in what Faith has alleged, when she was living with Ralph, she claims that he had grabbed her by the throat and screamed, "Do you know who I am?" So Rand, being on the show, made a crack about that. Cheers. That was actually kind of amusing. Anyway. Oh, man. So, there's that. Just the world, a lot of these internet streamers who have been involved in this political angle have put themselves in a bit of a corner. Okay, so I heard about this just as we were going live. So I might have a few details off, but this is what is being alleged by pedophile provocateur Catboy Kami. It says in Discord here at 11 a.m. Wherever he's at. I've been raided by the FBI and the HLS. They took my phone and PC. Any messages from me are not me until further notice. Kami, send them that. Now, to those who don't remember, Kami was, he had integrated himself into the America First movement. Now, what is America First itself? America First is a movement of millennials who prescribe to traditional American values. Like going out on a date with a catboy. Let's see if I can bring that up. Who can forget? Who can forget when Nick Fuentes and his Australian boyfriend went out on a date together? And they didn't just go on a date. They broadcasted it for the whole world to see. So you can watch these two young men just have a grand old time. Here, I'll go ahead and just let it play for a second. Maybe the real America First were the catboys we found in between. Damn, what am I walking into? So yes, what I found interesting about this sphere of the internet is that they are a walking contradiction. You have a short, effeminate Mexican man claiming to be the savior of the white race, promoting Christian values, I believe they're Catholic values, that typically frown upon what they call degenerate behavior. But then his friend here, of course, who is red-pilling the normies, is out there creeping on kids on video streaming websites. And we'll take a look at that clip in a minute. You might be thinking, maybe I'm being melodramatic. No, that's exactly what he was doing. But I remember this happening last year at some point, and I think People's Populist Press did a stream on it. That's how I came across it. But it is quite frankly the gayest thing I've ever seen. The most homoerotic stream. The most homoerotic dynamic between two individuals that has ever been witnessed on this planet. And maybe this is peak optics. Maybe I'm behind on the times. I just don't understand irony. I just don't get it. So even if I don't get it, I sure as hell won't forget it. Now, if I can find the video. Might take me a second, but I feel like for the sake of austerity, we should take a look at it. Oh man, I didn't realize that some of our Crockpot episodes had gotten the limited state. Just another minute. God, I just gotta find this clip here. Maybe I didn't clip it out. Thought I had. But anyway, what's important to know that there's a compilation, hours and hours of this guy just creeping on kids on live stream. It was crazy to see that come out. Nothing else. It'll just. How are you guys doing, chat? What have you guys been paying attention to? To me, I haven't been able to pull my eyes away from optical disaster that was the insurgency on Capitol Hill. Like, strange, right? Like, we all know they're hypocrites, but even when you still see the double standard, it's quite frankly astounding. Oh. I don't watch any of that shit anymore. You know something, bud? Me either. But when I see the updates for it, I just can't help but peek. We had a $10 Canadian super chat from United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. I'm late. Miss anything noteworthy? Also, I got to thinking there was an FBI wanted list compiled purely from Baked Alaska's footage. Based Fed. So I think one of the options on last stream, one of the things I asked you, like, what do you think it is? I think I think we found out he's an inadvertent, unpaid, unemployed Fed. He got all this information out to the boys in blue without ever having to sign a document. Yes, okay, SoCal Chris, I did see that. So, evidently, there was a French, I think he was a millionaire, that gave a bunch of Bitcoin away before he committed suicide. And Ralph had sold the Bitcoin immediately, and then the Bitcoin shot up in value. I want to say it was something like $50,000, and he sold it for $6,000. Now that's fucking based. I love it. So yeah, I'm not finding the video. It's irritating because that video could speak louder than any of my accusations could. He's on live stream asking underage kids sexual questions. It's beyond the pale. Lolly socks.
Cocksucker!
Indeed. Lots of that. So, I'm not going to waste any more time looking. But it appears as though one Catboy Kami.
Don't trust China! China is asshole!
Check this out, Jack. For a second, I thought the crop was wrong. Got raided by the police. Catboy Kami raided by the FBI and DHS. I think he said the HLS. Homeland Security. Best theory, he suggested watchers Google deterrence dispensed. Visit the library page and learn those skills. Beware the feds.
Taiwan number one!
I don't know. Maybe they finally started looking into this group of people.
Proof of life, I guess. So...
Maybe there's a video of him talking about it.
Proof of life, I guess. So I'm sure a lot of you have already heard. I was raided earlier, and well, I don't really want to talk about it while there's an ongoing investigation. So I'd appreciate it if people didn't ask me questions and stuff that I'm obviously not able to answer. A little bit dinged up there. But yeah, so now you know.
Okay, well, there we are. Do you have Telegram? No, I don't. Oh, well then. Guess there's a price for trying to red pill the kids, eh? No, I'm curious as to that tiny little wound. Like, how did that happen? Alright. So here we have it, chat. Baked Alaska in an orange jumpsuit. Did you indeed love Gary? They're important. Baked Alaska was apparently retweeting memes and fan cam videos of himself from inside a locked Twitter account right up until his arrest. Social media is causing a total break from reality in these people's minds. So they found him because he was just straight up streaming his location. There's no fucks given. You gotta kind of hand it to him. Tim Gionet, aka Baked Alaska, was arrested for his involvement in the riot at the Capitol, which he streamed on DLive. Gionet's followers were encouraging violence against lawmakers and DLive super chats while he was in the Capitol building. And you know, chat, I seem to recall a lot of these protests where the media told us over and over again, those are protests, where a lot of the left-wing politicians said over and over again, oh, those are protests. They were screaming about killing politicians too. Funny how that works. So suddenly these same people that wanted, we've got to destroy the system, they said. You know, this system oppresses black people. We have to do something about it. Suddenly, oh, sir, we will lick your boots clean if it just means owning the cons. Owning the cons for a second. Let's treat these people like they're gifts from God all of a sudden. When did everybody become so fucking foolish that any politician should be looked up to or respected? It's amazing to me to watch everybody just completely turn on what should be obvious principles. Here's a good example. So, I think it was yesterday, Dominion, company Dominion, you know, the one that apparently like stages elections in third world countries. You know, they're prominently active in countries that are not well off. Suddenly, these people adore Dominion. They love Dominion. They're minions now. They're henchmen. They don't even care. Even if they work for a company called We're Fucking Evil. I don't know, though. Does it make Trump look bad? I don't know, though. Does it own the conservative right-wing movement? Because then, yes, I will work for Evil as Fuck Co. But they're cheering on Dominion, saying, I can't wait for this piece of shit that owns that pillow company to fucking have to pay everything he owes to this faceless, multi-billion-dollar, whatever you want to call it, organization that overthrows elections. Like some real twist. They're called Dominion, and they're like, these guys are great. Yeah, we're their ally. We love them now. What? This is so fucking weird. Like, why would you ever want to cheer on a company called Dominion? Why are you cheering on any company against, like, the pillow guy? He makes a fucking pillow. What the hell is this, like, hate boner you got for a guy because he supports Trump? Who the fuck cares? I don't feel nearly that hateful. I don't feel hateful at all towards somebody if they're a Biden supporter. I don't understand the animus. It just doesn't click with me. I don't think that any of the people I meet that are left-leaning are responsible for the state of the world. It's kind of strange, but here, I can just browse through. You'll see all these people going, fuck yeah, Dominion. Hell yeah, dude. I am a proud minion of Dominion. So a lot of this stuff, I guess, is getting swept up in this. But, you know, I love these Dominion lawyers. I love these lawyers, and I love this fucking company that overthrows elections. Stages elections. The fuck, right? Like, it's strange. Like, can't we all agree that you shouldn't... I don't know. Like, the average person matters more than any of this. And I'm not to say this. Mark Lindell, I think his name is, guy, is like the average American. But it's just weird to throw so much hate, like straightforward hatred, just animosity towards a guy. He didn't do anything to anybody. And now you're sitting here cheering on lawyers and a company called Dominion, and you call yourselves the good guys, the heroes. I mean, I'm assuming that's why you just can't stop patting yourselves on the back for how virtuous you are on social media. It's just fucking crazy. It's crazy that anyone could be this disconnected. Anyway. You're just not cooming, right? Q posting. Maybe not. I don't know, folks. He's a living redemption arc, former cokehead turned successful businessman. That's probably why they hate him right there. God, that was really loud. That one. Ugh. So anyway, yeah, it's just kind of strange to watch madness like this. Like, everyone so willing to just do whatever the mob says. Have no individual thought. No, oh, these people are you know, crazy. Why am I expected to cheer on a company called Dominion? Just that right there should send off a series of red flags. But speaking of red flags, you guys know about the Anti-Defamation League? They're all about making sure that people aren't defamed. And by that, I mean calling people who aren't white supremacists. You know, making sure they're not defamed. And brother, my name's already on the list. I'm not gonna sweat it. Hell yeah, your juice good for you, bud. The ADL here, let's take a look. Remember, this is an organization that was founded to protect a literal pedophile murderer. There's a distinct difference between criminal doxing. Not really. Not really. You're not the law. You weren't paid by law enforcement to dox people, therefore it's not criminal doxing. What the fuck is that? Between criminal doxing, a common tactic of white supremacists and others to facilitate the stalking and terrorizing of targets, and the important reporting of extremist and hateful activity. Our laws must clearly reflect that. So here it is. They're admitting in this little post that doxing people facilitates stalking and terrorizing, and then say, well, we've got to redefine what this is for us. It is reporting extremists when we do it, and whenever somebody else does it. You know, it's just not the same thing. But what I did like to see, I did like to see that a lot of people called them out for being full of shit. What's the name you give when a loyal citizen informs the government that they think somebody's hiding extremists and hateful people in the attic? I like how that has almost 4 times as many retweets. Well, that's the thing. They don't believe in anything. These people don't believe in anything except destroying their enemy or their perceived enemy. They have no actual principles. They've been conditioned to believe whatever bullshit like that they're fed to. Whatever the mob is chanting, they go, that's what we believe in. It's astounding that a few people were not only discouraged, disincentivized, and downright punished for thinking for themselves. They got Reagan to pardon Leo Frank? You're fucking kidding me. Did they really? I mean, Leo Frank was dead by then, but... You motherfucker. You piece of shit. Reagan, Wherever you are, burning down there, fuck you, okay? Middle finger directly at your face. Firm handshakes will not be exchanged. No eye contact is necessary. Let's see. The Georgia State Board of Pardons and Paroles denies the posthumous pardon to Leo Frank, the Jewish factory superintendent who was convicted of the murder of a 13-year-old girl, Mary Fagan, in Atlanta in 1913, and was lynched 2 years later by a mob of patriotic Americans. Oh, excuse me, it says a mob in one of the nation's worst outbursts of anti-Semitism. Now, this man was convicted of the rape, he was convicted of the murder, but it was believed that he also raped the victim before the murder of a 13-year-old girl. Okay? And, well, he was only killed because of anti-Semitism. I don't know, man. He was a pedophile murderer. I sleep a little more soundly at night knowing that Americans were a little more well-reasoned. $5 from Radio Ruin, the nose on that girl. I don't know. I can't say. I can't say for sure. Which one are we talking about now? But yeah, so Ronald Reagan lights one of the 5 candles during the Chanukah celebrations at the Jewish Community Center of Greater Washington. It says that Chanukah is the symbolic of the Jewish struggle to resist submission to tyranny and sustain its spiritual heritage. Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it? Weird. Just who they try to make heroes. Oh. Okay, so Taiwan is number one, and that cannot be stressed enough. It should be live chat, Tiberian. Or I can even not by doing that, but by hold on. Not that I would really. Live chat. Alright, so Baked Alaska. What else could there be for Baked Alaska? Well, that's what we have. We have the affidavit. We have the affidavit. Now, I know it's not quite cropped properly, but I suppose you guys don't really need to see it 100%. There's only a few things I wanted to take a look at. Here we go. At approximately the 25-minute, 26-second mark in the YouTube video, law enforcement officers ask the defendant to move, at which time he identifies himself to them as a member of the media and asks where he should go. At approximately 26 minutes and 35 seconds into the YouTube video, the defendant audibly accuses law enforcement of shoving him. No shoving can be seen in the video. He remarks to the law enforcement officer, "You're a fucking oath breaker, you piece of shit. Fuck you," approximately 4 times, and "You broke your oath to the Constitution." I mean, now that's fucking based. I think the good part is right around here, though. I can't believe they're going to be talking about this in the fucking courthouse. It's going to be the best part. The defendant remarks, "I'm staying," and remains in the building. At approximately 9:40 in the YouTube video, the defendant can be heard remarking, "We are in the Capitol building. 1776 will commence again." At approximately the 12-minute, 40-second mark in the YouTube video, the defendant can be heard screaming, remarking, "Unleash the Kraken, let's go." The defendant is repeatedly encouraging other protesters not to leave. Wait a minute, it says that they're protesters in this document. It says it right there, protesters. Let's see, at approximately 17 minutes 45-second mark in the YouTube video, the defendant picks up a telephone and acts out a purported phone call with the United States Senate personnel. At approximately 18 minutes and 5 seconds, "America first is inevitable. Fuck globalists. Let's go." America first is inevitable. Fuck globalists. Let's go. At approximately 21 minutes 10 seconds, the defendant remarks, "Occupy the Capitol. Let's go. We ain't leaving this bitch." Let's glow, though, really. Oh, man. I had a good laugh reading through this. I think I was on break. Like, frightened my day. Yeah, I got a thing real quick. I can't believe how this is already, like, how this year is already gone. Optics, let's go! Let's fucking go. Alright. Hold on, in order to make this... This man's name is Baked Alaska. Now, Baked Alaska is an internet streamer, famous for being a BuzzFeed contributor and a MAGA peed. Now, many people have speculated on whether or not he was employed by the federal government as a honeypot of sorts. Is it possible that Baked Alaska, being one of the most, quite possibly the most moronic person I've ever seen on the internet, is it true that he did more harm than good? Or is this story just too base to be true? I was hoping it was going to crescendo. Okay. Good enough. Good enough. Well, I guess it is true. Yes, it is true.
Is it possible this story is true? Yes, it is. You're right. It's fact. Yes. Yes. A similar event did take place. You're right. You were right. Our research found a published report of a similar story. Yes, it was.
Damn, I didn't realize I was right all the time. But how are the forest fires coming along in California? Well, you know how it is. Well, they'll wait a little bit longer when we least expect it, and we'll see another series of them. He's not a Fed, but I'm certain he has a handler. Here's the thing. I think he's an inadvertent Fed. I think they've given him a pass to bring out the rowdy people. So right before Biden takes office, they could take away all the crazy people and move on. I think he's not worth employing. Why pay somebody when they'll do it for free? I just can't believe they actually these Catboy Kami as assets. That's crazy. So, Joe Exotic is hoping to be one of the people to get a presidential pardon. I don't think he got one. But, yeah, he's an informant, informant at best. But Joe Exotic, on standby, waiting for that presidential pardon. But wouldn't you know it, but Lil Wayne, I did not have the article ready. Lil Wayne. Trump grants clemency. And Steve Bannon, apparently. Which I thought Steve Bannon, turned his back on him or something. Almost all of these guys ended up completely turncoating on Trump, so I don't know why anybody's getting a ban or getting a pardon. And no pardon for Assange, no pardon for Snowden.
I am so mad!
And remember, if you guys are unaware, maybe you spend even less time than I do on Twitter.
And you ain't black.
But Trump has been banned from Twitter. I don't know why these people were so feverishly excited about getting rid of real Donald Trump, because now you can't hear he's still the president, and now we can't hear him talk. I mean, the guy they're cheering on is a fucking pedophile. So I just don't understand these people. They just hate whoever they're told to hate. They're conditioned. Trump is just he's one of them. You know, he's not any worse. He's probably not as bad as these assholes. I mean, I don't for one second think he's any different. But he sure as hell failed to deliver on almost every one of his promises. Now, I've said this before, and I'll say it again, chat. We still don't have a BBW. Right? We are BBW-less. Now, what you're like, what, is Trump gonna hook us up with fat bitches? No. We were promised a big, beautiful wall, viewable from outer space. Now, when I've been rattling off about this for years, right? They have the Great Wall of China. We don't even get to have a fucking wall. So I want a wall that is so large and enormous and unnecessary that it makes the Chinese feel inadequate. So, first of all, he failed on the fucking wall. He passed that executive order making it anti-Semitic and a hate crime to say things that are real or perceived stereotypes. That's illegal now. You know what? Also, he was monitoring the situation and didn't do shit about it. He said for how long with Twitter that something needed to be done. Well, guess who could do something about it? And he did nothing, and now he's paying the fucking piper. So no Twitter account for Trump because he fucked up. He could have done something. I don't think Kyle Rittenhouse also got. Did he also not get a pardon? There are many people. Hell, if this guy had fucking balls in his spine, he would pardon James Alex Fields from Charlottesville. Because yes, that woman died as a result of what happened there. That woman did die as a result of what happened that day, but that was not all on that young man. And I don't think he was given a fair hearing. He wasn't given a fair trial, straight the fuck up, because of the media. The same people that Trump has been complaining about for 4 years and did jack shit about. He did jack shit when he was in charge. He had the Senate and the House for 2 years and didn't do shit. And then on top of all of that, how about all the disasters? How about all those disasters? All of the Americans. Let's just forget about COVID and all what he could have done about that. How he could have approached things differently instead of trying to appease people that were never going to be on his side to begin with. Let's forget about coronavirus. Let's just talk about the disasters that happened throughout not just California, but throughout the United States. Every time something happened, but whether it was a protest / riot, whether it was a natural disaster, he would get on Twitter and blame somebody else. He was the one that was responsible. When you're at the top of the company, even though there is a person beneath you that is responsible or that it is their fault, you're the one at the end of the day that takes flack for it because you're in charge, right? That's why you make the big bucks, because every fuck up is your fuck up. So while he was in charge, what did he do? He pointed the finger to every mayor, to the one person in the system that didn't jive with him, that told him to get fucked. And yeah, they should have done something too, but he could have called in the National Guard, and he never fucking did. Because to him, he was playing politics. To him, it was a gamble. To him, the well-being of his own constituents, his own fans, the people who would die for him, the well-being for them was worth it to gamble so that they could make people uncomfortable enough to want to go out on voting day. That's what I think about why he didn't do shit about those protests and riots. So, you know, the amount of disrespect he's continuously had against his own people, and that could no better be displayed and illustrated than what happened after Capitol Hill. If this man, again, had any balls or any spine, he would have told everybody to go get fucked, and that fucking protest, while it was over the line, it paled in comparison to the police station that burned, to the places of employment that were burnt to the ground by people fighting police injustice. Mind you, the rioters that beat people senseless in the streets and burnt down neighborhoods, they only did it to people like them, working class people who were just as upset as they were. They never once went to the homes or the fucking places of employment, to the people in charge. And when finally the peasants stopped fighting themselves for a second, and a couple of them, just a couple of fucking dipshits, went over with selfie sticks. We're talking like, what, 100 strong went inside that Capitol? Maybe I'm underestimating, but that's neither here nor there. They walked over and they kicked the fucking things off the desk. They hollered a bit, and then they left. And to call that the same as an insurrection is so incredibly dishonest. Look, what they did was not optically wise. It was foolish and stupid, but it should not have provoked this reaction that suddenly all of these government agencies that just couldn't find these domestic terrorists when they were organizing openly on Facebook and Twitter are suddenly able to triangulate based on Baked Alaska's footage how to find every single one of them. Isn't that something? So I've said it once, but I've said it once before, but I'll say it again. Don't go to these fucking things. There's no situation where you walk out better than you showed up. If they don't use the law to fuck you, they'll find a way. You're going to benefit zero. You stand to gain nothing and lose everything. What? So why? So some fucking journalist can parade your identity around as a scalp, some sort of thing that they achieved, or some right-wing cause can call you a hero? Is it worth it? These things they cause more harm than good. And there is a fucking way of getting out of this. I don't know it yet, if I ever will. But I can tell you that that is not it. And you're going to just be showing up to a situation where if you say what you believe in, you will likely be beat down by a mob and they will have impunity. And if you break a fucking window at the office of the puppets who are pretended to be in charge, well, you showed up at their office. Suddenly, they're going to finally do something about it. So, yeah, it is my opinion that Trump very well might have been part of their whole plan to just root out all of the dissenters. But at the end, he threw everybody under the fucking bus because he didn't have the spine, the intestinal fortitude to look those people in the eye and tell them that was fucking nothing. That was nothing. So... anyway, proof that the government is best avoided if you can. Spot fucking on. So I can't say that I'm exactly like disappointed or upset that Trump's suspended. I think it's bullshit. I do. I don't think he was commanding those people at the Capitol insurrection. That's been a bunch of bullshit. It has been nice watching all of these politicians that once supported Trump start snaking on him. But you know what was nice? Do you guys really want to put a silver lining on all this? I got a silver lining for you. There's a Batman versus Superman, The Dark Knight Rises, or The Dark Knight Returns. I think it's The Dark Knight Returns. It's Frank Miller's, I think. Or maybe Alan Moore's. I can't remember which one. But there's a moment where Batman beats the fuck out of Superman. And the speech he gives him, where he says, I want you to remember this moment for the rest of your life, in your most private moments. I want you to feel my hand on your throat. I want you to remember the one man who beat you. I want you to remember that you're weak, that you can be beaten just like everybody else. It's fucking great. It's good shit. It's possibly peak Batman. But that's what we got out of this. These little fucking rats scurried into the tunnels. You can see the articles out there. They literally ran underground into their little tunnels, hiding from a fucking super chat speaker that is yelling Keemstar dropping N-bombs. I want you to really picture that in your head for a second, chat. All Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi, just Chuck Schumer just scuttling off, running away to their holes in the ground. There's something to be scared. Or something to be said about this. They were fucking scared. They were afraid. And we should take a little bit of comfort in that.
Alright, well, get fucked! Get fucked!
I mean, Pew Burrito, it is an older animation, so I mean, if you haven't seen it by now, I can't say you're having it spoiled for you, but you know, that is some good shit. It is. Never forgot. All it took it was just a handful of shit posters and Baked Alaska with a super chat speaker to make these fucking rodents scurry off into their holes where they belong. So to me, it sucks, but at least we got that out of it. At least we got that. That's exactly right. We got in its afraid moment. Exactly, liberals. They wanted and expected the whole thing to be more dramatic than it was, which is why the narrative makes so little sense. They already had it ready. They were expecting, and maybe Trump too. And that's the other possibility. Maybe Trump was trying to start an insurrection. Maybe he was expecting like militia groups to show up, and then it was Baked Alaska and America First, and he just said, "Oh God, oh Mother of God." Oh, I did see that, by the way. I did. Are we winning? I don't know if we're winning. I don't feel like we're losing though. So, radio room with $5. They should have burned that building to the ground. You know, I'm not knowing what's going on right now. I probably should not agree nor disagree, but you know, I'll just say this much: it never, like how the Chinese built the Great Wall of China. Then I had to hear about the War of 1812, and didn't they burn down the White House in 1814? So I'm just saying, look, I don't like it when somebody does my job for me. Is all. I joke. That is what we call a joke, folks. A disavowal. Strong disavowal. Donald Trump Jr. told the audience that day at the rally to go storm the Capitol building. Oh, fuck, did he? Oh, fuck. I can absolutely see that. Fed posting is funny and cool. Fed posting is absolutely funny and cool. I'll see if I can find that real quick. I do have some like news stories, but none of them are really as interesting as things we've kind of picking up on the fly. Trump Jr. storm Capitol, probably. Did Davey die or something? I don't think so. I think he just is taking a few days off. How do you not feel that we are losing? You know, that's a fair point. But the thing is that I can say, chat, is there is an overwhelming amount of support for reason and for people being reasonable. And most people, when you say what you have to say without screaming about the Jews, you can typically get people to, you know, you don't always got to go so far that you push people away. That there is a lot that people agree on that is not spoken. Yeah, it's been a while and it's not like him. Yeah, well, the reason I think he's just taking a break is because DLive, to those who haven't heard about this, DLive has completely demonetized their political section, you know, due from the pressure from all the journalists that pretend that they'll actually use a crappier version of Twitch. And do I think the pushback from the left is... Yeah, because it's disingenuous. That's my take on it. They don't actually believe in anything. Alright, so I rarely do this. So, yeah, let's see if we can find this video quick. No, I haven't heard from him in a few days, but usually we talk to each other a few days before today, when we normally do the crockpot, but last 2 weeks we haven't really been doing it. I was like sick off and on for a week, and yes, I was tested. So yeah, I don't know what video of Donald Trump but somebody in chat mentioned that. How long till one of these Fed grifters kills Trovo? I think no, brother, I gave you a moderator badge. I thought that would be funny to subvert your expectations like that. I haven't even used Trovo yet. I don't plan on it. I can't believe fucking pardon. Everyone else got the shaft, you know. All the people that like had their livelihoods ruined because they supported him and were called a fascist. He didn't do shit about. Have you seen the conspiracy that the USA ceased to be a nation, became a corporation under the City of London trademark? Yeah, I'm not sure how really to take that one. It seems like most people believe, like if you tell people that the US is a corporation, they're like, yeah. Sure as hell doesn't seem like they suit the interests of the people. I'm no scholar. I'm no expert. I can't say. They're building camps for vaccine dodgers in Germany. Oh, I saw that. I saw that. Alleged white supremacist arrested after ankle monitor puts him at Capitol riot. So I like that they gave, it's an alleged white supremacist. This is the same as Tariq Nasheed. He's a suspected white supremacist. Sort of like how Next Star Media Wire is suspected of being assholes. I just suspect. I don't know for sure. Haven't got the 23andMe in yet, so I don't know. Intelligent Counterspell. That's awesome, man. I've been playing the hell out of Cyberpunk. I'm on my second playthrough. About to finish it up. Look, that game is buggy as hell, but it's the funnest game I've played in a long time. And Binding of Isaac's my favorite game of all time. Fucking cheers, man. Unironically, that is my favorite game. Started dating a girl recently, so I had like a whole day where I'm like, hey, here's all the cool stuff I like. Here's the Binding of Isaac. I love this game. This is amazing, you know. Great game. I'm so excited. I'm hyped. I'm downright hyped for Repentance, although I'm not expecting it to actually drop on the day it's supposed to. Yeah, there are a lot of problems with Cyberpunk, don't get me wrong. I would have preferred that they had focused on either the PC version or the console version and not the next-gen versions. I think that's where they got all tied up. But the enemy AI is so fucked. There's just a lot of the graphical errors are so funny you can't even be mad. Like there's like watching an entire room of people spawn in T-posing is some good shit. Shadowrun on the Genesis. I haven't played that in a long time. You need to stream the Binding of Isaac. I've done that a few times. I might start up a gaming channel though, because I enjoy doing the midnight show, but I don't know. Been thinking about changing it up for a minute. But yeah, no, Binding of Isaac's one of my favorites. Repentance is going to be great. Maybe I'll do something with that. Oh, I watched when you streamed that game. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, cheers, man. Yeah, it's weird. It's the strangest thing to tell somebody. I would not recommend this game because it is unfinished. This is an unfinished piece of steak. But this is a damn good fucking tasting piece of unfinished cooked steak. Like, it's great. You know, and here's the funny thing. I don't think I would have enjoyed Cyberpunk as much as I have if it didn't come out completely fucked up. If it didn't come out in the state that it did, I don't think I would have had as many laughs as I have. The writing is pretty good. And surprisingly, Keanu Reeves is awesome. Johnny Silverhand's like one of the coolest characters of all time. Like, every time he has a line of dialogue, yeah. It's good shit. I've been playing Castlevania 2 for the NES. That's a good one. I'm more of a Symphony of the Night kind of guy, but the old ones are good too. I just suck at the old Castlevania games. Final Fight LNS Ultimate, seriously. It's one of the things I still have on my computer. I just haven't gotten around to playing it. Someone needs to just make a mod replacing Johnny with Moon Man. Johnny's cool though. So yeah, oh man, no. I forgot we had this article about Baked Alaska's childhood. I completely almost forgot about this one. Kim Gionet strolled through the U.S. Capitol like he was walking through a crowded fraternity party. Yeah, that's exactly it. Shouts echoing off the marble floors. Now what they're talking about in here is his past, because apparently people knew him from school. Schoolmates remember Kim Gionet as a charismatic but manipulative and at times a bully. Family moved to Russia for a year while he was a child to work on their ministry, and he repeated a year of school when they returned. He's a bully, folks.
Now that's fucking based.
That is fucking based. How did Baked become a thing? Was it BuzzFeed or Mr. Medicare? I think what it really was is that his connections to make decent IBS debates were decent. The, Tariq Nasheed versus Jared Taylor? Classic. Some of his other ones weren't so good, but I just think he's a great example of how you can start, right? Like, he found his niche, the IBS debates. He was great at that. And then he's like, well, I can make a little bit more money doing this other thing, and then it turned him into what we see now. Or maybe he was always this way, I don't know. Oh yeah, I heard about that too. They already removed 12 of the National Guard from the inauguration. And already some have far-right links. Oh yeah, they're starting to swoop up on the military for people who don't have aligning political beliefs. I don't remember Trump doing that, do you? Yeah, seeing Jim scream in that video like yelling from a mountain was amazing. Has Baked been arrested and charged yet? Well, sir, you tell me. You fucking tell me, bud. You're right, that is base kitty. No. Oh. Cameo. Now that's fucking based. Yep, noodle cameo. I feel bad laughing. You should, man. Look. Not even for the Capitol building stuff, right? Because I don't think any of that was that big of a deal. I'll be honest. Like, the gravity of storming government building is not lost on me, but I'm not going to pretend that this was some sort of insurrection, you know? At the same time, him pepper spraying everybody from Portland, Maine to Portland, Oregon, just been, you know, how did he think this was gonna go? Did I just rip a fart? No. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I did not. That would have been funny, though. I'm the type of guy that if I did fart, I would have said excuse me right afterwards, even if there was no one in the room. Being real, the worst he would have gotten was trespassing. Yeah, the whole thing was embarrassing as hell. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And Antheme, Geonet, is a Freemason. He has mentioned that he was asked to join many times. Ooh. Here. I guess we got something here. Not all heroes wear capes or chains. Rap artists clog toilets. I'm saying that because he's a rapper, not because he's black, okay? Because of the gold chains. Not all heroes wear gold. Anyway. Rap artists clogged the toilets at New Jersey mansion, caused $260,000 in damages, it says. Now, this isn't an important story, just a nice little headline for us to think about for a second. And we have this story here. Robert tried to flee in an ambulance but couldn't drive it. A Hellertown woman accused of stealing cigarettes and Mentos from a gas station tried to flee in an ambulance but couldn't drive it. Antoinette Froylan, 19, was stopped by police early on the afternoon of January 7th after she got out of the ambulance and was arrested once a store employee identified her as a thief. See, like, where's that energy when you need it? Well, sir, I play Grand Theft Auto all the time. I thought it would just work. Oh, man. So, where are we at? We're at an hour 9. Platypus with $2. Wild, do you like any other roguelites? How about boomer shooters? Both. I'm not, like, with boomer shooters, that wasn't something I was into when I was younger because I didn't really have a decent PC growing up. But I love some Doom. I never got into Quake. I'm trying to think of some other stuff. As far as roguelikes, man, that is my jam. Like Rogue Legacy, Nuclear Throne, Risk of Rain 2, those are a couple of my favorites. That one I can't think of. It's on the tip of my tongue. Typically, if it's a roguelike, I'll at least give it a shot. Enter the Gungeon is really good. Wizard of Legend, Dead Cells. That's the one I was trying to think of. Yeah, Enter the Gungeon's great. 80 IQ plus, sir. Enter the Gunshin? Ooh, that would be a fun. Brutal Doom's good. Brutal Doom's good. I actually have Streets of Rage 4 installed, like ready to play. I just haven't gotten around to it. F-less Jim. Fuck, man. Rip my feelings and my pride. That's sort of why I decided to fire up a stream. I just wanted to, I don't know, make a video for a minute. Oh, and by the way, I might even start making videos again because I got a brand new video editing program that doesn't require me to make the videos 6 or 7 times. So I'm pretty excited about that. Hanako, Panam, Rogue, or Reaper ending?
I am so mad!
I got the Rogue ending. But I'm playing through again because I want the special, like the secret ending. I don't know how I missed getting the stuff for the secret ending because my friendship with Johnny was near max. Oh yeah, so I'll tell you about it. Pinnacle Studio 24 is on Humble right now for $1. I went from a full version of the program that had all of the stuff to this new one. The 24 just basic, and it runs so much better. Let's see if I can Humble link.
Now that's fucking based.
Hold on a sec.
Now that's fucking based.
There we go. There's a link. So this, for a single $1, you get Studio or Pinnacle Studio 24. I've been using Pinnacle Studio since 17. So it has a few quirks, but for me, I was able to quickly use this or figure out how to use this. And yeah, so $1. $1. And then the Stepfather with $1 through Streamlabs. Hey, Wild, just coming by to see my old prodigy. Sad to see you went down the racist alt-right neo-Nazi path with the other white N-words. They can't respect me. I actually have to go. I have things to do. Talk to V if you want to set up another chat. Cheers. Cheers, Cheers, Stepfather. Excuse me. Cheers, Stepfather. Man, what has Sargon been up to these days? I'm not even being sarcastic when I say, hey, I hope he's still doing his stuff and, you know, they haven't fucked with him too much. Them, meaning powers that be. I haven't seen you in a minute, man. Good to see you. I wouldn't say I'm a pagan. I get the high friendship, then wait on the roof for a nocturne. Yeah, I believe it's 5 minutes. But apparently, like, maybe I chose the wrong dialogue option when you're in the graveyard. But I let it sit there and it didn't work. His Applebee's closed. Fucking rip. Have fun with the Reaper ending. Man, I'm so overpowered in that game. It's stupid. Like, I do have a katana that does a lot of damage. But right now, the best weapon I have is a marital device. Even if you know it, it's a dildo. And thing one-shots everybody. I don't know, man. I guess it has a humiliation bonus or something. Anyway, chat, I think, I don't know. What else is there to look at? I have a few other things here. Oh. None of these are really worth talking about, in my opinion. Hang out for a few more minutes, but, I think this is the downtime part of the stream. We'll be wrapping up here in a Sargon doing a podcast called The Lotus Eaters. Doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, does it? Is Pinnacle easier than Premiere? I felt like Pinnacle is really easy, but maybe it was because it was all I had at the time. But I like Pinnacle a lot. He has a very successful podcast. Hey, good for him. Good for Carl. Have I seen Sam Harris's tweets? I have not. I don't really follow Sam Harris. Real cozy hours here on the Midnight Show. Well, I can never really pick a time slot. But I might start doing the mornings again, depending on. But I didn't want to wait till 5 a.m. Who knows if I was going to be up at 5 a.m. So I figured let's fire up the stream early. Alex Jones has been denouncing Q lately. I bet a lot of people have been denouncing Q lately. Well, that's really what we have to do right now. We can't exactly expect a place on these platforms for too much longer. They're just looking for any reason to associate you with somebody. Yeah, 3 a.m. East Coast. The thing about doing streams that typically get between 100 and 200 viewers, you can actually follow chat. So this is, to me, the audience size I've always felt more comfortable with. So it's kind of why I keep the streams infrequent, and I don't like to put, hey, this is when we're at regular time. First of all, I might not feel like streaming when the time comes, and second of all, then you start getting more and more people to show up, and I like being able to follow everything. Would I be mad if you said I was a radical Trump supporter? I don't really give a shit what other people say. Fill your boots, man. Need the YOBA update. So since, I'm assuming some people are just tuning in. So Baked Alaska is now in an orange jumpsuit. I'll bring the picture back up. Seeing journalists cover it. That's my kind of guy right there, buddy. Would expect nothing less. Here we have a post here from Zach Crenshaw. GeoNet's attorney said his client is a self-employed filmmaker, but he'll have to get new employment so he can be monitored. Baked Alaska is not allowed to leave Arizona except for DC court. He has to get a mental health evaluation, can't own weapons or drink, and will be GPS monitored. Let's just go back. Arrested Friday. GeoNet's demeanor is very different today. On January 6th, he led chants of "Whose House? Our House," gloated on his stream and berated police officers. Now he's staring at the floor and staring down charges of unlawful entry and violent entry. GeoNet faces up to 18 months in prison and a $105,000 fine. He waived his evidentiary hearing. He is being placed on bail tonight, but must appear in DC for hearings and surrender his passport. He will be supervised in Arizona. So he's released on bail. Dude, we're gonna get some more Baked Alaska streams. Hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah. Let's see if there's been any updates.
Alright, well, get fucked! Get fucked!
What we have for now. Since I played this at the beginning, some people might.
We love our Mickey D's, quarter pounders, extra cheese. We love our Mickey D's, McNuggets 20 piece. When I'm in a hurry,
I grab a McFlurry, cop some apple pies, make those fries super size. We love our Mickey D's, quarter pounders, extra cheese. We love our Mickey D's, McNuggets 20 piece. When I'm in a hurry, I grab a McFlurry, cop some apple pies, make those fries super size.
Thank you, let's go! And it's YOBA season? YOBA season, let's go! Okay, America first is inevitable.
Again, Keemstar trying to sneak in one of those. Jordan Scott Mills with $1 through Streamlabs. Hey man, I've dropped off the map since hitting the slopes. Made a lot of money in solving daddy issues in the Rockies, bro. I told you to come, but you missed out. Lamau heard Trump cucked hard as fuck again. Imagine my shock, all that. Anyway, man, how you been? I've been good. I've been good. Just, started up work and had to basically figure out how the fuck things work again. You know, it took a minute to learn, I don't know, how to do the new thing, but things are looking good. Started seeing a girl. He pretty much lives here now. Cool. Pretty fucking cool. Like, makes pasta and dinner is great. Not the worst cook, I have to say. Not the worst cook at all. But other than that, hell, just playing some Cyberpunk mostly. I have so many hours into that game, I'm not going to say how many.
I win! They fucking lose!
Hey, thanks, Stoner Koala. That's very nice of you. But yeah, now that I was so excited, I even told her, hey, how's your morning going? Great, remember how I was just telling you yesterday about how I don't like to make videos anymore because the fucking studio program I use crashes every time, like it's in mid, it'll be processing a file and then it'll crash, or sometimes it'll finish a video and the audio stops working halfway through, like all sorts of crap. And it's just running my mouth about it. And then I wake up in the morning and it's like, oh, do you want the new version of the program for $1? Shit, yeah, I do. I shouldn't be muted. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. Is my mic gate a little too high? Let me... That should be better. How... Mic working now? Question mark. Yeah, it looks like my mic might have cut out. Can't hear you. Okay. Okay, I believe that is a yes. Fix his mic as he's leaving. Yeah, the mic cord came out a little bit when I pulled it forward. They're fucking around. Okay, fair enough. Been a while. I forget about these things. Oh yeah, the trolling from the chat. How could I forget? Anyway, guys. Yeah, it's about to wrap up. So, I don't know. Next time I see you might be in the morning. Might be around this time. 11:30 works pretty well for me. Or 11:30. So that's what I'll be doing. Anyway, chat, always a pleasure. Thank you for tuning in tonight. And as far as Davey goes, I haven't heard anything. I'm sure he's okay, so
I just got
don't worry about him.
Cheeseburger bite in there. I just picked it up and made it.
Davey's on vacation somewhere right now. And credits
Get fucked!
That's fine. Got the credits. Anyway, you guys have a good night. Take care, everybody.